Building a massive chest does not always require heavy barbells or a fully equipped gym. In fact, all you really need are a set of dumbbells, a bench, and a little creativity. In today's video, I want to share 7 dumbbell-only chest exercises you're not doing, but probably should be. But first, let's quickly go over the basic anatomy of the chest, the slightly different functions of each area of the pec muscles and how they can be best trained to maximize hypertrophy. The chest, specifically the pectoralis major, is divided into the upper clavicular and the lower sternal head. And if you look in certain textbooks, you'll see the lowest portion of the pecs is divided into a third head, the abdominal head. Together, these constitute the upper, middle, and lower chest muscles. While they all have different origins, the clavicle, sternum and costal ribs respectively, they all attach to the humerus, putting them in charge of a wide range of movements of the upper arm. The neat part about their attachment to the arms is that their tendons twist. Thus, the upper fibers attach lower on the humeral shaft and the lower fibers attach higher. Because of this twist, you get muscle fibers that run diagonally upward, diagonally downward, and horizontally, based on the principle of neuromechanical matching, which states that muscle fibers that are positioned to be more mechanically advantageous during a movement will be activated more. And if we look at the pronation angle of each area of the pec, we can see a few things. First, the clavicular head or the upper pec will be more involved in exercises that bring the arm low to high, aka shoulder flexion. Second, the external head or middle pec will be more involved in exercises that bring the arm in toward the midline, aka shoulder adduction. Third, the abdominal head or lower pec will be more involved in exercises that bring the arm from high to low, aka shoulder extension. With that said, although we can't fully isolate one area of the chest completely, we can shift the emphasis from one region to another based on our own individual. So now that we have a better understanding of the muscles involved and their functions, let's go over 7 dumbbell-only exercises you're not doing, but probably should be. Exercise number 1: Low Incline Dumbbell Press. Progressive overload is a key principle for muscle growth, and this is best achieved with compound movements. And if you've done most of your compound pressing on a flat bench and your goal is to spur new muscle growth, it may be time to change things up a bit. For this, I recommend the low incline dumbbell press, and to understand why, we need to look at some EMG data showing the level of activation in the pecs, delts and triceps during bench pressing movements of varying degrees. One study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, where they place electrodes over the lower, middle and upper chest alongside the triceps and front delts, found that a 15-degree angle is not only great for hitting all fibers of the pecs, it also elicits more activation of the deltoids. Another benefit of the low incline is it's easier to load than the traditional incline variation, and since progressive overload is the main pathway by which we build muscle, this uncommon chest exercise. Exercise number 2: Dumbbell Fly Press. It's no secret that flies effectively isolate the pec muscles. The problem with traditional dumbbell flies, however, is that they can be strenuous on the shoulders, especially as you increase the load. To combat this, bend the arms during the eccentric portion of the lift to help maintain emphasis on the pecs while reducing strain on the shoulder joint. Not only will this allow you to go a bit heavier than you typically would with the traditional dumbbell fly, but it allows you to get into a fully stretched position safely, and this is where we're able to take advantage of stretch-mediated hypertrophy via passive mechanical tension. Another key with this fly variation is to straighten your arms as you bring the weight up. The most common mistake people make with the dumbbell fly is they focus on bringing their hands together at the top. And while this isn't entirely wrong, it doesn't allow you to fully shorten the pecs, leaving a lot of gains on the table. Instead, visualize bringing your biceps together at the top of the movement, allowing you to get your upper arm further across the body. Exercise number 3: Dumbbell Pullover. According to one study published in the Journal of Physical Education and Sport, EMG activity during resistance training showed greater activation of the pectoralis major during pullover exercises compared to the lats and triceps, and when performing single joint shoulder extension exercises, the lower region of the chest provides the most significant contribution at high degrees of shoulder flexion. Therefore, working in a partial range of motion close to the stretch position in the pullover exercise is most effective for the lower chest. For best results with this exercise, don't bring the dumbbell over your chest instead. Keep it just above your head for maximum tension, and if you plan to go heavy, I recommend having your torso perpendicular to the bench so you can drop your hips to counterbalance the weight of the dumbbell. Exercise number 4, Decline Dumbbell Floor Press. The decline dumbbell press is a great way to emphasize the lower portion of the pec major while also reducing shoulder involvement due to the angle you're pressing from. It has always been believed that the incline bench press targets more of the upper pecs, while the decline press focuses more on the lower portion of the chest. According to research, however, a 30-degree incline and a 15-degree decline both lead to a high activation of the upper chest. This means the decline bench press is also a great exercise for building the upper chest, making this a great overall chest builder. The problem, however, is most people don't have access to a bench they can recline, or a reclined bench that isn't a safety hazard for heavy pressing. In that case, I recommend the decline dumbbell floor press. This variation can be done by simply laying on the floor in a glute bridge position and performing your dumbbell presses from there. Exercise number 5. Dumbbell Floor Fly. The Dumbbell Floor Fly provides a safety net for how deep you should stretch the pecs and the surrounding connective tissue in the shoulder joint. Performing flies on the floor helps you avoid unnecessary injuries caused by going too deep, as it can lead to anterior humeral glide, resulting in chronic shoulder and elbow pain. Next, it's important to understand that muscles manage joint torque for growth. And one of the ways to increase the torque is to increase the external moment arm. The further the line of force of the weight is from the joint, the bigger the moment arm becomes. Basically, the more your elbows are extended while performing the fly, the more tension is experienced by the muscle fibers. One study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research suggests that a more extended elbow leads to greater sternocostal pec muscle activation compared to more flexed positions, so you increase mechanical tension and therefore muscle growth by keeping your elbows more extended than flexed. This makes floor flies an excellent overall chest builder without having to go heavy. Exercise number 6. Dumbbell squeeze press. Unlike flies and traditional dumbbell presses that emphasize muscle stretch, the squeeze press focuses on a hard contraction in the shortened position. By squeezing the dumbbells together at the top of the movement, you can achieve a similar effect to cable crossovers, which effectively target the chest muscles. This eliminates the need for specialized cable stations, making the squeeze press a convenient alternative to one. To enhance the contraction even further, you can incorporate a resistance band by attaching the ends to the dumbbells and looping it around your back. This creates an outward pulling force that increases the resistance at the top, resulting in a more intense exercise. Exercise number 7. Crossbody front raises. The clavicular head of the pectoralis major is the primary mover of the arms until 120 degrees of shoulder flexion. Its moment arm, however, peaks around 40 to 90 degrees. Therefore, front raises work the upper pecs more than they do the front delts. Although a great shoulder flexor, the pec's main function is horizontal flexion. Thus, combining the two motions, bringing the dumbbells up from down at your sides, and then across your body will further stimulate the clavicular head by allowing for a more shortened contraction. So, there you have it. 7 dumbbell-only chest exercises you're not doing, but probably should be. Whether you've got access to limited equipment, or are simply looking to mix things up a bit, these little-known chest exercises are a great way to take your chest training to the next level. Did you find this video helpful? If click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. And if you are enjoying the content and want to support the channel, all we ask is that you subscribe for more videos and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one.